We basically have in the MDF we have the main switch that's tying into your Div9 building and tying to all of our CCTV switches. We got fiber going from that switch out to every IDF. At each IDF, all our patch cables are yellow for CCTV. At this one specifically, is the only IDF we actually have devices on it. So we have 6 storage arrays for your video retention. Currently, it's configured at 30 frames per second for SIF, and that's supposed to last you about 30 days with this much storage. These drives are hot swappable if there needs to be some maintenance done to it, and it rebuilds the storage array once you swap it in. You go into the storage array configurator and you can configure that. I don't know how much you guys deal with this, but you can remote into them if you need to. These all run Windows Server Storage Edition 2008, so it's Windows based. It's pretty easy to navigate.
Where's the time server for this system?
I wasn't given a time server, so I don't know if you guys have a time server you guys go off of. I'm still configuring that stuff, so as far as the time is concerned, I can always drop that in and configure that. These are all just basically running for storage, strictly storage at the moment. We have these 2 workstations which are supposed to be in that sheriff's station. We're still waiting on the furniture to get it put in so I can move that stuff over. One of those workstations is your monitor wall. It's going to be driving your monitor wall. Currently there's only 1 monitor assigned to that, but with this software you can add as many as you want as long as you have the video cards to support it. With that monitor wall, you can the monitor.
The other one's running VDOS, right?
Yeah, it's running VDOS. The other one's running the VDOS.
So it's a Bosch system.
Yeah.
That answers that question.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so it's the same concept.
Right.
Our teacher station too.
All the cameras on site are PTZ. These PTZs have the IVA licenses built into the camera, so if you guys decide you want to use that feature, you guys can always go ahead and just activate that and configure whatever. If you want to program certain tours or whatnot, you guys can do that.
The license is where you said it's in?
It's built into the camera.
It's in the camera, or?
Yeah.
So if we swap out a camera, we gotta get a different license?
The way they sell these, they sell them with the license in the camera. So if you look at the camera part number, it's got the IVA at the end of it, so it's already got the license tied to the camera.
So if you swap out the camera, it'll automatically recognize it in the system, and we have to report.
You have to reconfigure it.
Reconfigure it.
Yeah, and I'll show you guys how to do that right now.
Unlike encoders.
We've also got a decoder in this rack. In this lobby here, there'll be a monitor showing a quad display for the cameras in the lobby, plus one more, probably one of the outside ones. So when people walk in, they'll see the monitor to see that they're on camera. And I've actually got the VDOS layout running right here. So do you guys configure with the VDOS at all, or do you guys?
Do some, yeah.
Okay, so I'll make sure to leave the admin password open for you guys.
Yeah.
And so this is the admin view, but I did create a user view. I just named it MTA for the user and no password. So it's got the basic site map. You have a ground level transit retail building, concourse. And you guys are already familiar with VDOS, so...
the concourse is below us.
Concourse is below, yes.
I got it backwards for I thought, for some reason, the ground level was at the ground level.
Right.
Alright.
So, you click on one of them, it'll bring up a site map with your camera locations. Right now they're red because these aren't...
They're not showing anything. Then I connect to it.
Yeah, the VDOS on my laptop isn't licensed, so it's not going to pick up the cameras. So the cameras are up and running, they're recording. So you can actually navigate through these back and forth. But I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this, right?
But we didn't.
It doesn't hurt though,
Yeah, we didn't get a fancy map like that at the other side.
Okay.
on paper.
So right now these are showing undefined, but once these are actually mapped to the cameras, it'll show the camera name here as the same way it would display it on the monitor. So when these cameras are down, they'll show up as a red camera. When they're up and functioning, they'll show up as a blue camera. So that's an easy way to distinguish when a camera goes down, what location it's at. Makes it easier for you to actually go out and find the camera.
So do you have a working copy of? Oh, that's in the lap.
Yeah, that's on those, and I need to
Okay.
relocate those to that location over there.
So then we'll have a spreadsheet with our addresses.
Yes,
So we can ping a camera if we suspect or.
Yes, I have a spreadsheet. So on the spreadsheet I have descriptions, IP addresses, what IDF they're at, so these are in T12, the switch IP address that they're connected to, what storage array they're on, and what LUN they're recording on.
Okay.
So this should help you guys troubleshoot just about anything.
What's this number on the side?
The number is just the number that was assigned on the drawings. So I'm giving them the same number on the site map. So to give you some point of reference, if you're looking for a specific number, they'll be the same. They'll match up no matter what document you're looking at.
How about configuring a camera? Is that we configure it before we take it out there, correct?
Right. All the cameras begin with the same default IP address, which is 192.168.0.1. So you can either configure it by accessing it through that IP address directly, or the VDOS software actually has a built-in configuration manager, which I'll load up here. When you load up this configuration manager, you'll be prompted for the password. The password is the same as it is for those machines there. It's a capital W, capital S, the number 4, capital B, OSCH. That's just the default BOSH password for those machines. So once in here, you can see your devices. You'll see your storage arrays. All these IP addresses for the storage arrays and cameras are both on that spreadsheet. So when you go in this and you have a new camera, it'll show up on here. It'll have a red label with the default IP address. You can push out the configuration of those cameras.
Can you bring up one that's programmed now? I just want to see what all we put on it.
So I'm actually in advanced mode here, but this is the camera for that retail building, the one in the corner, southeast corner. This is just the basic configuration. Camera name, you need the date and time. Camera, if you're going to set any specific values for the lands, PTZ, you can set that here. Recording would be where you adjust your frame rate, your image size, as well as VRM and target locations for recording. So it will not record unless you configure this. You can also set profiles here. So if you want to do
Recognition.
well, in this section, you can do, you set the stream you want to record, and you set the you set profiles for your resolution. So if you want a high res, low res, and as well as you set your day and night specifically here, and then you can schedule them on this tab. Right now I just have it recording continuous all the time, but you guys can definitely set up if you want to
Put some on motion.
Yeah, you want to put them on motion, save some space for you guys, you guys can do that. You guys can adjust that here. And then the network tab is the last one. Here you set your device IP address, that's on your subnet.
So no gateway?
There is,
Oh yeah, there is a gateway. No,
Yeah,
there is no gateway. Okay, no gateway. All right, that's what I was just...
there is for some reason that one didn't have a gateway configured, but this is the gateway I was given for your
Yes. Okay.
for your network.
So you're gonna fix that one right now?
Yeah.
So it's just IP and gateway and subnet.
Correct.
If we swap something out.
Correct.
No, that's a lot of things.
I mean, on the network side.
And when you assign an IP address, the camera will reboot, obviously, and you'll see it go down temporarily, and you give it a couple seconds, it comes back up.
Night cameras, black and white.
These are day nights, so daytime they'll be color, then at night they'll switch black and white.
Okay.
So when you pull them up individually from the configuration manager, it'll let you know your frame rate, image size, and your recording rate.
No, on Concourse, since it's lighted down there, they should be color all the time.
Yes, I can actually pull one up now for Concourse.
I had to change all these numbers. All those S.
Oh, the address?
The S2 whatever numbers. That's all the change.
That's as long as we have a map that matches it. You
The
know,
problem is that that number doesn't mean anything to you anyway. It only means something on paper.
well,
The cameras are the cameras labeled at all?
The cameras, yeah, these are the actual labels on the cameras.
Also, when we look at when we rate
Oh.
the camera.
You mean physically?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
I don't think we're going to use any DNS on them, so whatever, we'll just access it through the address. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just saying for the user when they want to say, okay, camera number 12 is down.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
In between
They-
bay 6 and 7, which is what?
That's what I'm saying. I would have preferred them to be numerical. I mean, that way you could say camera like everywhere else. Camera 12 is not working. Camera 5 is not working.
Yeah.
Right now they have to tell us camera S3209 is not working.
Well,
What does that mean?
that's not the way they're going to say it. They're going to say the one over bay 6.
Yeah, it's got the location next to it, so if it's a BuzzPerf 16, it's on here, so we can
And then if it's our users, they're just going to say all of them don't work to get us out here. To get us out here quicker. You get out here, there's only one.
So on that map that you're putting together there, you're just putting in those SP numbers, those S numbers on there on that map.
that map will actually pull the description from the camera name. So if you could just go and change it on the camera itself, it'll come up as whatever you change it to on the map.
Oh,
It's I set it to automatic labeling, so I'll just pull it from the camera.
okay. Huh? Would that, did I think of changing them?
Well, you
Of course I'm
physically have to go up there and
It's yours, you can do what you want with it.
you physically have to go up there and number each camera. You might want to do that now
So
before service opens.
so that's a view of one of the BuzzPerf downstairs. So right now it's not too dark. We have natural light going down there, but at night I'm not sure. don't think
Are
anybody's been
there
here.
patterns on any of them now? Or
Not now. We haven't been given instructions on what's wanted for that.
You said no patterns. Just,
Well, they're PTZ, so you could put a pattern if you wanted, but
I don't think Bosch has that.
Well, you can set preset tours on the cameras themselves and just it'll just record. Yeah.
They'll move by themselves.
Originally, all the cameras down there were pretty much fixed cameras on the buses or on the stairs. We, I don't know, for some reason.
Becomes inactive. It moves back to the last position. So. This is also where you set your tour period. So after so much time, tour, and then it'll go back to home, and then it'll tour again. So you have quite a few options as far as PTZ is concerned.
How do you set the tour pattern?
To do the tour patterns, you actually, in the camera manuals themselves, it'll have codes you can enter. And to enter the codes, you go into service, and I believe it was maintenance. Oh no, I'm sorry. Camera miscellaneous. I'm not used to doing that part through the through there. Here it is. I think it is miscellaneous. So there's certain codes you can use, and you saw when we got the prompt on the screen to overwrite the scene. The camera itself, you can enter the code to program the tour, and you'll be prompted on the screen whether you want to, with the options that you need to select in order for it to take that, and then you can program your tour.
Okay.
these cameras strictly in the terminal, not in any parking structures or anything?
There are none. Yeah, there's just in these two buildings and concourse and ground level in the terminal.
I'm wondering if they have that system like Rail are using for the recognition licenses, but we don't have. There's none of them.
You have to add a server to it.
Right.
So that's it as far as the software is concerned. I don't know if you guys want to walk around and look at anything.
That was all I think about there, all that location.
So basically all the cameras are tied into the nearest IDF.
So both of these IDFs downstairs
Familiar. It's sort of tight.
have a rack. This is where we have all of our connections for this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And this is the switch for the CCTV. I've got these all labeled as far as what port goes to what camera, so on that spreadsheet you'll be able to tell if a camera goes down, you'll be able to check the ports on here.
How come these aren't linked?
They disconnected them, they're changing some cords out.
Oh. So we have
Those are probably those red ones we saw
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah. So each IDF connects the cameras. We have this East IDF. We have the cameras connected here from Concourse East and West. And East ground level. So the ones from upstairs come down here too.
What's this for? Backup?
We were going to have more cameras at this location, but those were too far. Those were actually down below the two buildings. Those got rerouted straight up into those IDFs up there. So
So we ended up with an extra switch.
yeah, we had an additional 4 cameras here that got rerouted on that side.
So that switch has nothing configured in it.
Yeah, it's there's nothing on there right now. It's not being used.
We'll have the addresses of these switches also?
Yes,
Okay.
those are also on the spreadsheet.
So all cameras are down, just try and get to that switch. We can't get to that switch and
Yeah.
we know,
It's a problem with the switch.
yeah, it's not a power supply. It's
Yeah. So power supplies down here. There's 3 at HIDF. These are PTZs, and they are they're outdoor cameras, so they have the heaters on them. So we need to have the power supplies for these. Unfortunately, we can't do PoE for outdoor cameras.
So we need a model number of the cameras that they're using, so we need to get a spare.
Yeah, we have all the cut sheets and documentation for you guys too.
They're also gonna give us, you said 10%, so you're giving us 10 cameras?
I believe so. I'm not too sure. That's usually how we do it. Usually 10%.
10% of the,
On that side, camera on this side.
Right. So the way this camera is mounted, there's 120 in the pole going up for the lights and all that. There's a transformer directly above the camera powering it. There's access to the top of the number. Take a couple screws out and it pops off. Transformer's sitting directly above the camera. There's a breaker on the transformer, so you can just, if there's ever a power issue, you can reset the breaker.
So all these posts, their breakers are downstairs in that IDF room or electrical room, somewhere around here.
As far as the electrical is concerned, I'm not sure where these go. But I'm assuming, yeah, there is an electrical room below here somewhere.
So basically, if you lose power to this post, you'll lose
the camera.
the camera and the lights and the signage,
Right.
so you'll know
Yeah.
the whole pole is dead.
Yeah, if you see this go off, the